Tuesday, November 24th, 2020, and I am officially 34 weeks pregnant. 34, woo! So he's doing so good. So anyways, yesterday I went to a ultrasound at the Black Building on McHenry in Modesto, California, where all us pregnant mamas go to get a nice exam. But it was so hilarious. Okay, the other weekend, Pika Baby, he was covering both eyes with his little hands. Yesterday was even worse. It was so funny. He covered one eye with one hand and he had his whole arm covering his face and his eyes. It was so funny. It's like, you are your father 100,000% already. Like, oh my goodness, gravy biscuits. It's like, it's like I'm going to be 9 months of carrying you and taking care of you and breastfeeding you and millions of diaper changing you, and you're already your father. It's like, oh my gosh, you already hate pictures like daddy, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. But oh yeah, completely and entirely. I gotta see. Okay, Sally, get out of there, Sally. I don't know what Sally was doing. I didn't see her because she's freaking me out. I don't want them to like eat rats and stuff. But yeah, so anyways, ultrasound. Girls, behave. But yeah, so yeah, he covered his whole face. It was so funny. And it's so cute because he has one leg crossed and one leg super straight down all the way until my ribs on my right rib. Oh my gosh, I was like, he's just totally chilling it and just sleeping. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you are your father's child completely and entirely already. It was so adorable. She finally had to capture some pictures when he put his hands down like for a minute or just moved him at least. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, he is his father already. And he's 5 pounds 1 ounce, as a guess they say. So 5 pounds 1 ounce at starting of 34 weeks, pretty good, nice and healthy, good heartbeat, everything looks perfectly fine, they say. And then they check me and my business and everything's good, and he looks to stay in there and gonna keep growing. And of course we pray. I pray past 37 weeks. I pray 39 weeks at the end of December of 2020, Lord Jesus, because that'd be amazing. But his due date's January 5th, January 6th of 2021. So I just don't want January, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that was nice and exciting and good. Now tomorrow I have the doctor, so my mom's gonna take me there and take me to my doctor's appointment because it's all the way in Modesto because we live out here in the country. And then I'll spend the day with her. I gotta go grocery shopping because I need some Apple Jacks and a few food items. And then yeah, when this weekend comes, maybe I gotta go to Target, grab a few things. Gotta go to the dog store, grab some dog food and grab them dog meat. Target, I need slippers for our home, and also for the hospital stay. I need one more tumbler because I'm gonna throw everything that's in his crib right now in the tumbler because I don't want the dog or the cat hair on it. And I need more vitamin C gummies because I'm trying to keep my immune system up, especially since this wind is really super windy and it's an ice chill this winter so far already. So it's like, oh gravy. I'm taking beetroot, my prenatal vitamin, and vitamin C because I'm trying to stay up. Trying to eat apples every day, but I get lazy. Like this morning I ate an apple and I felt much better, so I'm like, oh shoot, maybe I should get an apple. Oh yeah, and at Target we gotta look for a heater because it is nice and cold. And like I told him this morning, I was like, yeah, I don't want our baby cold at all, so we'll just have it going. And with the air cleaner thing that we got also, the air filter, I forgot what they're called right now. They just throw mist in the air so the air won't be dry for the baby. Of course, as a newborn, so I'm just gonna be like, clean air, lock the animals out, no animals near the babies. So I'm like, no, not at least when he's small. I want him clean, and like I said, I want people to sanitize their hands when they deal with him because he's tiny and small, and his little immune system has to build up first. As soon as he's walking and running and playing, then I'm like, he's good. I'll feed him. I'll make him some homemade fruits and stuff and blend them later and whatnot, so he'd be nice and healthy and build that immune system, not caca and junk. Like candy once in a while, but not too much. Girl, stop! Get out of there! I don't want them digging because they're gonna eat gophers and caca and stuff like that. So they're coming. But yeah. So, anyways, excuse me. It's like having children already, for sure. I like practice. They're little brats, especially Sally. And then Snow White could be a brat because she's super spoiled. So it's like they're both headaches. but I love them so much. But woo, yes, they both can be headaches. But anyways, so yeah. So anyways, like I said, I was asking Babe, can we go to Target this weekend? Especially since it's Thanksgiving weekend, so Babe has Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's like woohoo! And then so we need to go to Target. We need to get them dog food at the dog store. I was asking him because he's gonna probably finish his mom's Jeep. If we could squeeze in there, finishing our bookshelf, the project, he just needs to hammer a board on the bottom, make it stable. Then we're gonna sand it, and then we're gonna paint it dark blue, spray paint it dark blue, and then it's done. Then I'd be like, that's all I asked. That'd be super awesome. Just put it against the wall, and I could throw all the books on there, have all my son's baby books and child books and whatnot ready to go for I could read him story time, which I said like a couple days back. I read him 4 stories in one row, and like he loved it. He was so moving the whole time, so it makes me so happy. I really love story time. Stories, reading to your child is just so vitally important. Besides teaching them to express their feelings, besides letting them learn, besides being there for them, showing that you're just there for them and you love them. So when they become adults, whatever they choose and decide and whatnot, that you'll love them, but hopefully they'll make the better decisions and good decisions. So yeah. So I told him if we could do that. I know he wants to go riding Sunday, so if it doesn't rain, he will be doing that. He hasn't been riding in a while, so that'd be nice. That's his stress reliever, and that's always awesome. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll go Sunday morning. If I feel good, I'll be like, let's go. If I don't feel good, then I'll just be like, stay home, relax. But if I do, I'll be like, watch him ride with his buddy, and it'd be fun. Just chill out there under the shade with the dogs or without the dogs. It depends. Depends if I'm in the mood, and it depends where we sit too. Because if it's gonna be full, then it's terrible taking the dogs, because then I don't really get to see him ride. But if it's not gonna be full and it's kind of dead, then it's fine taking the dogs. So it's like either or. It's so funny because I always need a break from my dogs, but at the same time I take them anywhere and everywhere anyways. So it's like, oh goodness gravy. I can imagine when I have a kid, I'm gonna be like, I need a break from I need to go to the gym for an hour, and that's already gonna be so hard for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, but being away from my baby for like an hour. Especially them small, and et cetera, et cetera. And I just don't want any bad habits to form from other people or anything like that. Even though, thank goodness, most people that are going to be in Ronnie's lives, my Ronnie Jr., my baby boy, are going to be positive and whatnot, and they'll respect my beliefs, because I'm going to be like, my son will be raised Christian, so if you don't respect that, you can leave. Because I don't care what. It's like, he's my son. That is my choice. He will be raised Christian. He will be raised with manners and respect, and taking a shower and brushing his teeth every day, and just being respectful, being kind, being helpful, not lazy. I'm not gonna raise him a lazy ass, because I had problems growing up. I can admit, as a grown woman, a 30-year-old grown woman, I can admit that I was lazy a lot of the time throughout my life. So he will be different. He will help me at least carry the bread when we're doing grocery shopping. When we come home, he will at least be a good man, raised right, not lazy, take out the trash when he's a bit older, and et cetera, and clean up his toys. When he gets to a certain age, I am not picking up his toys after that. I'd be like, I am going to make you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, take you for errands, take you to school, and you want me to clean up your room and fold your clothes and pick up your toys. I'm gonna be like, no. Even as a man, men can fold their clothes and learn to do all this stuff too, and to learn how to cook. Because I'm like, what about if I passed away? You got to be able to do this on your own too, and I'll always be with you, and I'll always love you, of course. But I'm just saying, it's just a good thing to teach them too, not to be lazy. I'm like, now it's gonna be like, time to pick up your toys by the end of the day, of course, when they're done playing for the day, and etc. Just like, don't teach them to be lazy. Like, that was my problem. Not gonna be his. He's gonna be an independent man. I'm gonna let him get his license at 16, be independent, and have fun, and then he could go camping with guy friends and whatnot. I'm like, as long as I know you're safe, just let me know where you're at. Just let me know when you're going and leaving. That's all I need to know. Just let me know you're good and safe. That's all I ever care about. I will not choke or suffocate my son, even when he's like a man, teenager, 15, 18. I'm like, that is perfectly fine, but just always text me to let me know, oh, I'm gonna stay at my friend's tonight, Mom. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. Just thank you for letting me know. That's all I care about. So go hunting, go fishing, I'm gonna stay the night, and we're gonna fish all night. I'll be like, that's perfect. Just let Mama know, because my heart will rest, and I'll be like, talk to you in the morning, love you. Sally, stop eating things. Those dogs. But yeah, So I'm grateful to God. He's doing so good, my baby boy. Like I said, doctors tomorrow, make sure everything's good again. And then next week nothing, and then the next week after that doctors again, probably on Wednesday at 10 a.m. because that's all I ever go is Wednesday at 10 a.m. every time. It's so funny. Well, 10:30 in the morning. It's so funny, so it's always the same. So I'm like, well, at least it's convenient. It's usually always the same day and time, really, because she takes days off to spend with her kids, my doctor, and also because she's going to give birth to me and him. She's my birthing doctor, my doctor after birthing, and my son's doctor after birthing. So it's pretty lovely. It's like, oh wow, 3 in 1. How awesome. That's nice and convenient.